I'm a little freaked out because I just saw two pairs of eyeballs in the woods. Mile 14. It's about 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon, and I'm starting up the Pacific Crest Trail here at Snoqualmie Pass. We will see how far I get before I feel like I need to take a rest. A little nervous to see how my body takes this, but only one way to find out. Light is still shining, and we're going up. PCT. Having a good time. First eating, maybe 6 o'clock, I'm not sure. I'm having a maple almond butter. Alright, we hit the wilderness boundary on the PCT, and over here you have Guy Peak, and behind me, which you can't really see, is red, and Kendall. A little bit of flat, a little bit of down, running a little. I wish this pack had a hip belt, maybe it does. I just haven't found it, but it's a little bouncy, so I have to make a few adjustments. Fall, it's definitely here. Colors are out. Sun is shining brightly behind me, and loving the weather, the colors. I waited a little too long to eat my first food, and I'm now setting a timer and kind of religiously gonna be refueling. I bonk easily. There's Kendall Peak. So the sun is setting. I'm over 5 miles in. I do think I need to dial back the pace a bit and pace myself. It's long. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it'll start getting chilly here in a little bit. So, almost to the Kendall Catwalk. Kendall Peak is up above me. Up there, and I-90 is way below me here, and the trail leads on to the fall colors. First foot and shoe adjustment. My left foot had a slight twinge in it, and so I just adjusted the laces and loosened them a bit to give my toes a little more room. And immediately my foot feels better. So, important lesson to check in with your feet often, pay attention, and make adjustments. Here we have Red Mountain and Lundin. So, last bit of sunlight, pretty spectacular. And we go up and over this ridge. All right, it's continuing to get a little dark. Sun's going down. My timer's going off because it's time for my third fueling. Still feeling slightly bonkish. Just over 6 miles in. Approaching the Kendall Catwalk. Dialing back the pace a bit. Starting to get a little chilly. So I'll probably break out the sleeves. And yeah, still having a good time. It's getting pretty dark, but this camera does a pretty good job of seeing in the dark. And you can see the sunset fade behind me, the knob of red, and the catwalk is here. I think my pedometer just hit 7 miles. Maybe it's 6, I'll have to look. And yeah, see the peaks of Lima, I think, in the distance. And we have the drop off, Kendall, the moon, and the infamous catwalk, which isn't really that stressful. You can see it's very wide. You never really feel like you're walking on the edge. You have the rock on this side. You do have the drop off over there, but it's not, it doesn't feel precipitous. And it's not that long. Maybe it takes you, I'd guess all told, 90 seconds, 2 minutes to walk it. I'm walking at a fast pace. I'm still making my way along. I mean, and it does drop off, don't get me wrong. You wouldn't want to stumble, but I have a long ways to go from here to the edge. So don't let people freak you out. Maybe if you do have fear of heights, it might be too much, but you know, you can just kind of face to the left and the wall and you don't have to worry about it. I think. I'm definitely maybe overly minimizing it because it doesn't impact me. But we're now at the end of the catwalk. Nice snag here. You can tell it's starting to get a lot darker as I cut behind the ridge. I lose the sunlight. And yeah, I'm gonna have to stop here in a minute. Put on my headlamp. Turn that on. Boom! Wow! That is bright. That's one reason why I bought this light. It's the brightest light Black Diamond makes. Time to get some stuff together here. Right, so I have put on some sleeves, got my headlamp on, and yeah, the light's gone. It's very dark. Got a peanut butter sandwich. It's 7:30, so yeah, I feel good about my time so far. My feet feel pretty good. We'll start a 45-minute timer. This sandwich should carry me through for a little while. We will carry on in the dark until I feel like I need a break. So, see how far and long that goes. I want to show how bright this is. It's perfectly fine for seeing the trail with plenty of light ahead of me. So, no problems moving along with the headlamp. Especially happy with how bright this thing is. So now I'm listening to the podcast Desert Discs, and I was crying because of Sheryl Sandberg talking about losing her husband, and super grateful to Stace for telling me about the podcast, and still cruising along. Mile 12, 9 p.m. Just making our way along in the dark, and the moon shines out there halfway. I've got my jacket on, and it won't really fit over my pack and zip up, so I've got it whipping underneath Cheekaman, somewhere past mile 13, heading into 14, and heading for Park Lakes, which I'm glad of because I am out of water. 14, 15-minute alarm to sip some water, and every other 15 minutes I have a bite to eat. My nose is running a lot. Hear me sniffing? The wind has died down. I'm getting hot now in this jacket, so I'll probably take it off. Beautiful water, which is going to fill up with some snow that I packed earlier. So 18 miles, just past 19 miles, 11:45 p.m., 21 miles. I'm a little freaked out because I just saw two pairs of eyeballs in the woods. It's after midnight, 12:53, almost 1 o'clock. I yelled. Haven't seen or heard anything since. And you can see this is a nice trail through the Waptus Burn. Okay, something that's amazing is this apple. Tastes so good. Honey Crisp, the best. The river. We're gonna cross it. Holy crap. Alright, turn this off. Alright, so I'm at mile 30. It's 3 a.m. climbing up to Escondido Ridge, and then I have to drop down to Waptus. I'm definitely slowing down, feeling tired, so I'm gonna find a place to take a nap for at least a few hours. I have basically just stopped here in the trail and found a flat spot, put up my pad, I got my bag, I'm gonna blow up my pillow, put on my compression socks, have my puffy on, and I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. Looking forward to it. I'm tired for sure. Alright, peace out. Okay, it is 6:42. I have slept 3 hours, but felt amazing to sleep for 3 hours. Took some Ibuprofen, my legs feel good. The sun and the colors coming up behind me, and we're on the switchbacks up to Escondido Ridge, and we'll drop down to Waptus, and we're at mile 30 something. We're gonna keep on cranking. Check out those mountains. Amazing. Love it. So making my, I don't know what this R stuff is, making my way up Escondido Ridge with the burn all around me, fireweed, snags, mountains. Tarn on top of Escondido Ridge. That's Summit Chief behind it, which I climbed last year. So yeah, it's beautiful. Fall colors on the top of Escondido Ridge and the gorgeous mountains of the Alpine Lakes. Sometime after 8 a.m. my stupid Phoenix doesn't show the time, and approaching the halfway mark, and look what's right out there. Mount Stewart. 9:15, beautiful sunshine and a nice trail heading down to Waptus. Gray skies have descended. I think maybe sunshine is gone for the day. We just gotta keep on going. I'm gonna change my socks though. I've got compression socks on and they slide just a little too much. So I'm gonna sit down up here and change my socks into the wool, some fresh woolies. Should feel good on my feet. And this goes to Waptus Pass, but all the trails heading to Peat Lake and Cooper Lake are closed due to the Jolly Mountain fire. Going back to my compression socks, they're just a little too loose and slippy in my shoes. I think that's what was causing me problems. Just feeling some hot spots on the balls of my feet. But these wool socks feel great, and cruising along. All right, here we are at mile 36, 8:30 or so, and gonna start heading down to Waptus Lake. Beautiful morning. Hopefully the weather stays this way. Shore to the lake. It's 11 a.m. and still feeling good. All right, I am going to cut off here and take the Waptus River Trail because I really want to see view at the end of the lake where you can look back up at Bear's Breast, see how it is. All right. this lake. Gonna take a break. Have myself an apple and enjoy some lunch. It is mile 47.19. Next up from here is going to be Deep Lake, but for now I'm just going to enjoy the view at Waptis, which is really fantastic. Bear's Breast up above, Summit Chief to the left, and Little Chief, I think is what it's called. Miles, and I have arrived at Deep Lake, which sits below Mount Daniel and Cathedral Rock. Beautiful golden meadows. Gonna go take a couple photos and then make my way up to that saddle. Alright, 3 o'clock, 55 miles, only 20 left to go, and I'm tired climbing up out of Deep Lake to Cathedral Rock. Whew. Approaching Cathedral Rock. The wind is starting to pick up, more exposed up here, so putting on the jacket. Alright, Deep Lake, Cathedral Rock, and the rain is falling. The rain is falling heavy now, but there's only one way to the end, and that's keep on walking. 60, I don't really know what time it is. I also don't really know where I'm going other than towards Stevens Pass, because I've never been on any of this section of the trail, and I've been on parts of all the rest of the trail. Feeling alright. Any of these long hikes, no matter whether it's a 5-day event or a 15-mile hike or whatever, the last little bit always feels long because you're anticipating the end. You start feeling like your food that you've got with you, it's just fuel. You're sick of it. Sign pointing to Stevens Pass, which is exactly where I want to go. Alright, so I think I just crested the last up on the trail. My watch says 71 miles, but I took a wrong turn a couple times and it's either 4 or 5 miles left. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's slow going. The miles seem to creep by, and yeah, I'm really ready to be done, but feel pretty good. Just seems to go slow. Guess a watch pot never boils and a watch map doesn't go by fast. Alright, on into the dark. now we're actually on the final descent, and sadly my watch seems to have counted more miles, so by the crow flies the trailhead is 5.1 miles away, and I don't even want to think about how far it is along the trail. So I was ready to be done an hour ago, and I probably got an hour plus to go. Yeah, tired. I want this to be over. So it's about 6:30 a.m. on Saturday. Last night I think I set my watch to track in ultra track, which is low tracking mode, to try to preserve the battery, and it must not have good fidelity on mileage, so I thought I was at 70 miles with only 5 to go, and I think I had like 15 to go. And got to be 2 a.m. I was expecting to be done at 8 or 9, and there was this last up, and I just was mentally worn down, and I was tired, and I just couldn't imagine doing another up. So I found a flat spot on the trail underneath some trees, and I laid down and slept for 4 hours. And now I'm slowly shuffling to the car, or to the truck. At least I really hope the truck's there. All right, it's I don't know, 8:30 or something like that. Just to show you how far off my watch was, it now reads 90 miles. So you can see why I thought at my 70 I had 5 left, and it was rather deflating to find out I had a lot more. So I'm walking on the last little bit of the PCT. I'm almost to Stevens Pass. I am definitely hungry, and I'm looking forward to be off my feet. But I'm glad I did this. I think the next time I try something this long, I'd like it to be a little more supported. I don't have to carry everything, including my stuff to sleep with. Although I am very glad I brought stuff to sleep with. It would have been miserable otherwise. And finally out of this stupid Talus field and on some real trail. Oh. In a final irony, to cap it all off, the last tiny bit of trail climbs up over this damn ridge, and the wind's blowing, and I'm tired, and I don't want to go up anymore. But on the other side of this ridge is my truck, and I'm looking forward to some breakfast. Oh, it's pretty colors though. I'm walking across the bridge at Stevens Pass. I can see my truck on the other side of the road, and I am super excited to go find some food somewhere. Stevens Pass. Right there, Pacific Crest Trailhead, north and south. And here we are at the truck,
All done. Hallelujah. Let's go find some food.